Recording. Okay.
Good evening and welcome to the Land Bank Commission meeting. As hybrid meetings are new to us, please be patient with the process. We hope that going forward, every meeting will run more smoothly than the last.
We gotta turn the iPad.
We are pleased you are able to join us both in person and remotely tonight. We're using Zoom webinar for this meeting, which allows the public to participate in the meeting as an attendee. The chair can request the members of the public provide their names for purposes of keeping accurate minutes of the meeting. Attendees will join in listening mode, and we ask that everyone display their names correctly. Attendees can click and raise the hand if they wish to speak. The chair will call on those who have raised their hands in the order they are raised. All questions should be directed through the chair. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Please be aware that other people may see you, and take care not to share screen on your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. So I call to order the Nantucket Land Bank Commission regular meeting of June 10th, 2025. It is 4:03, and we're going to convene an open session. Does the commission acceptance of the agenda?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second. Do we have Mark?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear me. He's muted.
Is this going
Hi,
to,
Mark.
is this going to come up?
So all those in favor, we have John.
Aye.
Neil, Mark.
Hi.
We'll go into public comment and staff announcements.
Do we have a public comment?
Just the picnic.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So the staff announcements, I just wanted to say that the family picnic was amazing. And it was incredibly well attended, and Land Bank staff deserved an incredible shout out for that. And I've heard a lot of good feedback.
I was at it, and I would respectfully ask if it could be minuted with thanks of the commission. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I went there for a couple of hours greeting, and people seemed to, I didn't see anyone who was unhappy. It's nice.
Yeah, me too. It was a great event. It was well organized. People having a great time, lots of kids running around. It's really well done.
I just heard people asking why we don't do it more often.
It was really well organized.
Okay, we'll go into property management with Sconset Trail naming discussion.
So I wanted to know if anyone had an opportunity to walk the trail and had any additional insights into names, and if we do not, we are certainly happy to bring it back next time as well.
King Phillips.
Yeah, I have walked the trail.
Mhm.
Now, there are two trails. There's one that I go in off of the subdivision that's on.
Canterbury?
Yeah, off Canterbury.
Mhm.
And I've walked that, and it comes out in town on Maury Lane, I think.
Mhm.
And then there's another one with the same name that goes from Reddit Commons. It makes a sort of loop in that part of Wisconsin.
Mhm.
So which one are we? They're both called the,
So if you want to bring up the town GIS, the best way to.
so are we thinking about a name for the whole system?
So the Sconset Trust has a small trail loop that they call the Heller Trail. It comes off of Maury Lane and does connect to an area on Canterbury.
Right.
And then they also have the Ruddock Commons Trail System. Basically, what we did was we went from their Heller Lane Trail System, and Susan can show you.
She has to share it from Mark.
Yes, I
Yes.
do something done. Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so let's see, here we are. So, the Maury Lane Trail System is right in here, right? And then this is the Cannonberry Lane area.
Yeah.
We connected this loop here by going across here
Yeah,
and into here. And then it comes out down this way and you can join up with Ruddock Commons across the way. So it was this connection that we're looking for a name for. It also does have an easement into Cannonberry Lane over here. You can
Right.
actually see that right there.
yeah.
So, but this trail connection now goes from, you can see some of these trails in here. Comes this way and then goes back out over here. There's also a small leg that goes over this way and joins up with Milestone Road that we're in the process of putting a bike rack at. So,
King Phillips Run.
King Phillips.
Is it King Phillips Run?
I think it's just Phillips.
Isn't that historically?
It's Phillips, I think.
Hmm?
It's just Phillips.
It's just Phillips Run. I understand, yeah. I thought it was a king.
You've been in Scotland too long.
And what does the Phillips mean? For what it was?
That's further over to the
It is.
east.
That's a, yeah.
Phillips Run,
Connection.
yeah.
That's Phillips Run right there, that was.
Through here.
Exactly.
And this is the Sconset dump. And then this is the trail system, goes right in through here.
The other choice was Sconset Connector, and I can't remember the other.
Sconset Connector Trail and then Phillips Run Trail or Phillips Run Connector. But if we don't have any great ideas, we can certainly table it too for later.
I don't have any.
Okay, there's no like, you know, we're not in a desperate need to name it this second.
The only thing I feel is if there's like Maury trails and there's trails in there and Ruddock Commons has their trails and this is really a connector, I like using the word connector in it.
I hope that you'll get somewhere.
Just, yeah, because you're really not going there to walk on a trail, you're going from one trail system to another trail system, so I like the word connector. My only.
Did they have a keeper of the old Sconset dump?
No.
The Wisconsin dump trail is that other line there, right?
Yeah, so, right, so the Sconset dump comes in there, in this way, but there's also, there's a trail that's mowed up
Okay.
here, which is what we connect to. And it's interesting because it's NCF and Land Bank and Town and Land Bank, and, you know, there's
Yeah.
just a little bit, and then, Sconset Trust, so it's kind of it's a collaborative
Yeah.
trail, where a little bit owns, it's a collaborative connector. Anyways, we can table that for a later date. We'll come up with something great at some point.
Okay, so do you want to move on to the, oh, Mark?
Only because I'd like to table it once again.
Okay. So we're gonna table that and come back with some more ideas. We'll
Yes,
move on.
I didn't realize where it went, so I'm gonna walk it when I get back.
Excellent.
Thank you. I'm messing with your system,
It's right,
Susan.
it's over here.
41 Jefferson Cliff Beach building relocation update.
Okay, so this is just a pretty simple update. We again hired SMRT to work with us on relocating the buildings. We are in the process of setting up a weekly meeting with them. So hopefully this Thursday, we will start our weekly meetings with the town and SMRT and begin the process. In basically what Eleanor did, which is really helpful, is if you scroll through this document, we backed it up so that this is Eleanor puts together these timetables so that basically it backs up to when, if you even go further, you can see it goes all the way through the completion of the design and engineering work. When the project begins and you keep going and you actually eventually get to when the beach is completely ready and everything's removed.
Keep going, that's just.
Yeah, so right down here. So basically she started with, you know, everything has to be done by kind of 5/22, right? And so backed it up from there, and then it gives us dates to be working against for absolutely everything, which is a fantastic way to be working on the project. So this is our timeline. We're gonna try our best to stick to it, and if we miss a deadline, we know we're gonna have to make the time up somewhere else. So, there we go. That's the update of 41 Jefferson.
Perfect.
Other than that, I think that's the building
How are
relocation update.
the walkways coming up and down there?
So, the walkways are at Concom. At the next meeting, and we're hoping those will go past. We have talked to Art Caspero about doing some survey work in the area to try and get us set up for this. And, again, I think Tom is in the process of taking out some of the fencing, and we had a pretty extensive conversation about how to, ways to eliminate the fencing without eliminating our sand. So it's definitely on the top of everyone's mind. So,
Okay, any questions on
Thank
41
you.
Jefferson relocation?
I like the format. Yeah, that's,
it's really helpful.
I really love it. Oh, yeah, are you on it?
Mhm.
And do we have the people in place that are making the decisions as, like the contractors that are gonna move the equipment, the houses?
Not for the moving yet. We have the engineers in place to tell us where they're gonna go, is where we're at. That's step one. Where are they gonna go? Okay. Next step will be getting a few other people in place, so.
Okay, well, thank you. That's excellent. Lily Pond, easement barn move update.
Pictures?
Yes, please. I have some pictures. This is going along well. And I just chose 3 pictures that were taken, on Monday. And that was actually taken on Friday, last Friday. But if you go to the next picture, Susan, yep, this was taken Monday. So right now, that's what it looks like down there. Basically, there's a small sign that says path. But you can see the barn has been moved and rotated and set back down on a foundation.
Awesome.
And this is where the path will be.
Is that the right-hand side, middle?
So his house is on the right-hand
Yeah.
side. This is on the left, and right down the center will be the path. We are in discussions, and I wanted to know if the commission had a strong opinion about this. Right now, it's spec'd as a cobble 2-track to come through here. And just because of the way Hunter's pulling up a bunch of cobble, he was asking if we would consider going to gravel. That's far more common for the land bank. We need to check into permitting to see if it's gonna be a nightmare. It's less expensive. I was pretty open-minded to that, but just the 2-track gravel instead of the 2-track cobble. If somebody has a very strong opinion about that, I would love to know.
Much prefer gravel.
I gravel do too, honestly.
And it's instant.
And that entrance is going to be used once the equipment needs to get in for the work there. That will
Yes.
be the primary.
Yep, and I think-
primary.
I think we've been using a little bit, actually, if you go to the next picture, we took, that picture is from Mr. Hagedorn's house, just right down the way. And that's basically what that would look like,
Nice.
right, is 2-track
Yeah.
gravel. And does
Great.
not have it be 2-track cobble.
Mhm.
Okay, other than that, everything's going along well, and we're looking towards the end of June for substantial completion. I think the one thing that might get pushed to the fall is the land bank is responsible for some plantings. And we might push those off till the fall. I think he has renters coming in on July 6th. So,
Great. Thank
And the
you.
post and rail will be up.
and we talked about the fencing today and the access point, the gate.
The fencing is set by the surveyor.
Yes, yep. All of it is on.
Is my rock still there?
No, I don't think it is, because someone, we've got a couple calls.
Yeah, I walked
Like,
by
where's
there.
the, there used to be a rock, where's
We
the
have
rock?
had-
I walked by there the other day, I didn't see the rock, there was a girl sunbathing, but I didn't see it.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Oh, right.
Can we discover where it's gone?
It's probably on premises, it's pretty good.
I'm sure it's so large to be, it's hard to be.
Joe has it anyway.
Yeah, so we can look for the rock.
That's your gravel we're talking about.
Well, that's great news.
Maybe we
good
got
job.
crushed up into the gravel.
Yeah, I think it's coming along well. The project looks good.
Yep.
We're on track there.
It was a donation, so I was just thinking,
It's very generous of you.
compared to the lawyer's fees, it's a deal.
By the
Neil,
way,
I'm
I
gonna let
love
you
the
take
rocks on our properties. Every time I go into one of our properties, it's a rock. I mean, you know, funny, yeah.
Neil, can you take over?
Yeah, I
please?
will. Can we go up there?
She's coming right back. She has a quick phone
HDC.
call, HDC she needs to jump on, and then she'll be back in.
You don't have any documents for this.
Okay, let's see, we were Lily Pond easement.
Yep, next is 44 Washington Street, unless somebody has questions about the easement.
No, congratulations on getting it this far in such a short time.
Yep, and lots of great people working on that project, so. Next would be 44 Washington Street, do you need that proposal?
I haven't seen the proposal.
Okay, so I haven't seen the proposal either. This is what it comes down to. In the deed for the property,
That used to be Walter Glowacki's.
yes, basically it says that the town has easement rights to install a dinghy dock and has easement rights to a bike path.
We gave them those rights.
Yes, and they're included in the documentation. Sheila Lucy has asked to install a dinghy dock. She has said that she would like to put dinghies on it that are not, as commonly used as the ones that are at the town pier, or the least commonly used ones that are at the town pier to move them over. I have yet to have seen a plan. I do think that's an important part of the puzzle. It is within their easement and within their rights to do that.
We specifically had that put in there when we bought the property because we wanted to
Yep.
move the dinghies over.
He had permitting to do a very long dock and then the Concom said, no, that's too long and then he never did.
Exactly. So anyway, so the town would like to exercise their right to install a dinghy
We
dock.
move approval.
You move approval.
A second.
Any discussion on approval?
No, it's a good idea. I mean,
There's a lot of pressure on the dinghy, on the
You really
town
did.
pier dinghy
And
dock.
you have reached out to abutters too, I gather, but you haven't heard back.
Yes,
I don't think it's up to us to reach out to anybody. It's a town project.
Yeah.
it is. I wanted to make sure we didn't have any concerns.
Your bench is on that lot, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Any further discussion? Mark, oh, sorry. John, I'm used to sitting here. John?
Aye.
Um,
Alan.
Mark?
Aye.
Neil? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, transfer business. I'm getting into this.
All right. So we have 3 new happy homeowners that we need a
Make a
signature.
motion to approve transfer.
Nice.
Second. John, how do you vote?
Aye.
Alan?
Aye.
Okay.
Mark?
Aye.
Neil? Aye. This is what we have to do, isn't it, when we're on remote?
So we, yes, well, when one commissioner isn't. So while you're signing those, there's a 1 signature each. 2 meetings ago, we did a notice of assessment and put liens on a property at
Yeah.
20 Bishop's Rise. Looks like we're getting closer to a resolution with that. We wanted to, because we think it might happen between the next 2 meetings, have you guys sign the leases of lien for it, but we're not going to give them until we have every bit of paperwork and all the money that we're, but we'll have
Do
them ready.
you need a motion for that?
We can add it to the other as part of transfer business.
It's fine.
The 2 signatures each on those. Thank you.
While we're all signing away, regular minutes were circulated. Unless anyone has a question, I take a motion to approve the minutes. Someone, thank you, John. Second. Any discussion on minutes? going straight to a vote. John, how do you vote? Alan,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and Neil, aye. Up next, consent items. These were all in our packet. And I think the chair was going to abstain anyway
On the first one, yeah.
on the,
I make a motion to approve the consent items, as presented.
thank you, John. Second, any discussion on any of the consent items? Seeing none,
Aye.
John, Alan,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Neil, aye. And that comes to the end. Christina, here you go.
Good job.
Thank you. I got into, once I remembered everyone's name, I got into it.
So are we at commissioners' additional questions and concerns or?
No.
Anybody have anything?
When's the, pipe coming for the Eastern Street?
It actually is here. I don't love the color.
It is, so let's just play along.
Okay, we came in, I saw it today. It's lighter than we anticipated it going to be, so in my opinion, but, we'll discuss it and figure it out. But you'd like to never see it there ever, so there we go. So if it's delayed another 3 months, no big deal.
Why is it?
We have the Easton Street fence is basically just a low single bar, very similar to Easy
Yeah.
Street. Except we went with, what I believed was like a dark green, almost a
Supposed to be
forest
landscape
green.
green.
It came in closer to this color. And so we're not, I don't know, that just happened today, but we have it. We were thinking I was thinking it was gonna be closer to that dark.
I can show you little swatches.
And this isn't, I don't know, we might have to take it down there and lay it down there and see if we can, see what we think,
Yeah, I asked for black, but HTC wanted landscape green.
right? It's light,
Somebody could paint it, worst case, right?
yes, we will address this
Unless
situation,
we find another use for it.
right?
And speaking of the, of Easy Street, was there intentions of putting, educational information down
At
there?
Easton Street, yes, that was, going to be the Land and Water Council, but maybe we just pick that up and run with it. Happy to.
It looks great down there. Looks really good.
We do have some more planting going in and, yeah, it'll, over the next year, it'll continue to transition and really fill in and evolve.
Is that your sorry, Alan. You don't need any.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
No.
Okay, then, we're entering into executive session for the following purposes. Purpose 7, to approve executive session meeting minutes. Purpose 3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation, and discussing it in open session may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the land bank. And purpose 6, to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property. Discussions in open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiation position of the land bank. I have a motion to go into the
Motion to go into executive session, not return.
second.
We have to re-sign out and.
John, how do you vote?
Aye.
Alan?
Aye.
Neil?
Aye.
Mark, are you still there?
I am, if you can hear me. I'm signing out to come back into Zoom. I guess I'm not.
So we're in open session and we will not reconvene.
Mary, can you do me a favor and sign me back into that?